Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you another 3-star Demotion deck. This time I built Dark Magician. Um, it's a really strong deck. I think this might see a lot of play in the coming Worlds tournament. I played it in Platinum 1 and it did fairly well. The build is pretty standard. You're gonna have your 3 Dark Magician Girl, 3 Dark Magician, 3 Legion of the Fiend Jester, which if you don't know what he does, he allows you to do a tribute summon for a spellcaster in addition to your normal summon. So you can normal summon him and then immediately tribute for your Dark Magician Girl. You run 2 Supremacy Berry because you are running 3-star Demotion. 3 Champions Vigilance because it negates everything. I only run 2 Sage Stone. One because I only have 2, and the other reason is because before 3-star Demotion you would run 3 and 2 Dark Magician, but now that 3-star Demotion is out, I believe running 3 Dark Magician and just 2 Sage Stone it's better. We run 1 Dark Magic Attack, which is all we have available right now. It's a really strong card. It almost guarantees you game if you get to resolve it, but being at 1 you don't see it as much. Same thing goes for 1,000 Knives. I just added it because it is a Dark Magician card, but it rarely comes up. You can switch that out for anything you want, an enemy controller, something like that. And the tech card I'm using is Secrets of the Gallant. This card is super underrated in my opinion. Basically you select 1 normal monster you control, which is going to be your Dark Magician, and when it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, he has to discard 2 cards from his hand. That is huge because especially in this game, if you have to discard 2 cards from your hand, you pretty much lose. So I run 2 of those, and that's it for the deck. Let's go ahead and show you some replays. I told y'all in the last video that I was gonna build several decks with this skill. I tried building a Gaia deck and it was pretty frustrating, to be honest. It doesn't have enough support, it's relatively weak. The fusion is not that strong either, so I couldn't find a good build and I decided to just scrape the whole thing. So anyway, we're going up against the Rex. He sets 2 back row and ends turn. I set 2 Champions Vigilance, and then I go for the Legion play, which is summoning him, tributing for Dark Magician Girl, and when he goes to the graveyard I get to search Dark Magician. I try to attack directly, he activates Kuribo from hand, and I just end my turn. This game was pretty unlucky for my opponent. He didn't draw into any of his dinosaurs, so what he has to do is just activate Shooting Star Bow on my Dark Magician Girl. And here I decided to do things a little bit different. Instead of activating my skill and summoning Dark Magician right away, I went for the Legion play because I wanted to be able to use my Champion's Vigilance. And as you know, you need to have a level 7 monster on the field in order to use them. So if you activate your skill, you can't use them during that turn since your Dark Magician goes to a level 4. So I wanted to be able to negate whatever his traps were. He doesn't activate any of them, which made me think that they were ordered to charge. And I also got to search another Dark Magician from when my Legion went to the graveyard. So again, he doesn't have any monsters, he just draws another spell or trap and has to set it. At this point, the game is over. I draw into another Dark Magician, activate 3-star Demotion so that I can normal summon it. I can't activate Supremacy Berry because his life points were lower than me, so I would have taken 1,000 damage. But with the 2 Champions Vigilance, I was going to be able to negate anything he had face down, so it was a guaranteed win by then. So let's go on to our second replay. Yeah, as you can see, this deck, it's definitely powerful. It does require for you to do a lot of farming on Kaiba, which is one of the hardest characters to farm to get the Champion's Vigilance. And it does. The 3 Legion can be a little bit expensive to get. But anyway, let's go into our second replay. This time my opponent goes first. I don't have a great hand, but I do have the Legion Dark Magician play, and I'm gonna be able to get a Dark Magician to my hand. So I set Secrets of the Gallant and summon my Legion, and then I tribute him for my Dark Magician girl and add Dark Magician to my hand, which I'm gonna summon next turn with the skill. So I just go for the attack. It's a Cocoon of Evolution, so unfortunately my Dark Magician girl can't get over it, and I have to end my turn. He sets one back row and sets one more monster. So he has to play very defensively, probably doesn't have an answer to Dark Magician girl. I draw into Sage Stone, which is great. I'm able to special summon a Dark Magician from the deck. And then I still go for the 3-star Demotion play to normal summon the one that's in my hand. And I can activate Supremacy Berry immediately to get my life points back. I have a field full of monsters, so he has to activate his embodiment of Apophis, just to protect his life points. He's running Chain Reaction, so I take some damage. But I'm able to get over all of his monsters. I first attack Dark Magician girl, then destroy the Cocoon Evolution, and I'm glad I did it in this order because his face down happened to be Jowls of Dark and Ice, so that would have stopped my attack had I attacked that first, or second actually. But anyway, back to Supremacy Berry. I really think 2 it's the perfect number. I understand why people would want to run 3 because you want to see it as much as possible with this skill, but the thing is, I found myself doing damage to my opponent pretty quickly as my Dark Magician destroys a Yomi ship, so he goes to the graveyard, but that actually boosts my Dark Magician girl. But anyway, I attack with Dark Magician, activate Secrets of the Gallant, and he has to discard his entire hand. So even if he had a Grevo, he should have used it, but then he doesn't, so my Dark Magician girl gets to finish it. Yeah, but like I was saying, in a lot of the games I noticed that I was dealing a lot of damage to my opponent very quickly, so my other Supremacy Berry was dead. And you know, that's a really bad thing to happen when you draw a card that you can't use. So for the time being, I'm gonna stick with just using 2 Supremacy Berry. Anyway, let's jump onto our next replay against Bandit Keith.
And the doors are all locked.
Again, this is an okay hand. It'd be better if I had Dark Magician girl, but because of 3-star Demotion, it doesn't matter if you don't have the Dark Magician girl play. That's why this skill just made the deck that was already doing okay just so much more powerful. He summons Twin Barrel Dragon, which kind of a waste in my opinion. So I go for 3-star Demotion and summon my Dark Magician, and I tried to attack over his Twin Barrel Dragon, but I believe, yeah, he has a Grevo in hand, which doesn't really matter. He just delays one turn. His Twin Barrel can't get over my Dark Magician. So he draws, he sets one back row and switches his monster into defense mode, which was a pretty bad play in my opinion because 200 defense is nothing. So I'm able to summon Legion and just attack over that. I also drew into a Champion's Vigilance that's gonna be able to seal the game for me next turn. And even this turn I go for Secrets of the Gallant. He has to discard his entire hand. Pretty devastating. Not a lot he can top deck. So he pretty much just loses. I don't believe I get to see what his face down is, but he does summon a Warrior Digraph, and I just flip my Champion's Vigilance, immediately destroying it before it even hits the field, and he surrenders. So as you can see, if this deck gets set, which means one Champion's Vigilance or the Dark Magician Girl combo, it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent because he has to worry about your back row and he has to worry about a 2500 beater. And it's going to our 4th replay. Against a Yami Yugi. I'm assuming he's running Destiny Draw because there's no Power of Dark. But look at this hand. This hand is pretty good. That's the cool thing about 3-Star Demotion. You know, it also lets you normal summon your Dark Magician Girl, which in this case I didn't even need to, because I drew into my Legion. So I go for Dark Magician Girl. I search a Dark Magician, and then I activate Sage Stone from my hand, summoning the Dark Magician from the deck. And you see a lot of Destiny Draw players do this, where they just set one back row because they want to take that damage and get their draw. However, I did have Dark Magic attack, destroy his golden apples, and then I'm able to attack for game. That's why I was mentioning earlier, a lot of times Dark Magic attack will just win you the game outright. That's why I wish we had at least 2 of them. Unfortunately, we only have 1 available at the time. That was a super fast replay. And let's go over our last replay, which one's against Pegasus. I've been seeing a lot of Pegasus on the ladder now that Bandit Keith got nerfed. A lot of Mind Scan control kind of decks going on. Anyway, he's using Mind Scan. I open with a beautiful hand. This is the thing, before, when you the previous Dark Magician decks that you had to run with another skill, this would be a brick hand. You couldn't do anything with this hand. But now that 3-Star Demotion is out, this is like just perfect. This is one of the best hands you can get. And yeah, I go for 3-Star Demotion, summon my Dark Magician Girl, and then I get 2 free Dark Magicians, just like that. This skill is pretty busted. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't lost to anyone using the skill yet because it is weak to control decks. Clown Control beats it pretty easily. I want to say Venus probably beats the decks pretty easily. Anything that can destroy their monsters has a pretty easy time dealing with. But still, I mean, being able to summon 3 monsters turn 1, 2500, 2000, 2500, that's pretty broken. Anyway, he's running Gravekeepers. I destroy his Priestess, I attack for 2000 with Dark Magician Girl, and when I try to go for game, he activates Kuribo. But what could he do? What could anyone do against this field? I mean, we don't have any Dark Hole, we don't have any Raigeki. This field is just too hard to deal with. So he just surrenders. Yeah, so this deck is very fun and it's super powerful. The basic build is always, most of the times, gonna be the same. You know, your 3 Dark Magician Girl, 3 Jester, 3 Dark Magician, 3 Vigilance, and then anything else, it's up to you. But I definitely recommend running this deck. If you don't have the 3 Legion, you can run Blue Dragon Summoner to search your Dark Magician. It doesn't give you the extra summon, but it's still a good card. I'm gonna try to make more decks using the skill, just because they're so easy to use. They're so fun. But anyway, let me know if you guys have any suggestions, any requests for this skill or for any other deck in particular. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.